Wait, what are you saying and what am I saying?
We're about to introduce.
Yo, you kicking it with Ja.
Who's going next? Me or
You.
Okay.
Like this and this.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna go with
Alright.
her. You.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
what I'm saying.
preach,
I'm
you
saying
next.
exactly.
Hey, yo, you kicking with... dang it. My bad.
Oh, we can take another. We can do another.
Do
one,
another.
yeah. Why you laughing, nigga? Damn, some target Spanish?
No, it has nothing to do with you.
I get around. If you wanna pull up, then I'ma shut it down.
Hey, yo, you kicking it with Ja.
And you kicking it with Jay Preach, aka Young Petro.
Hey, it's your boy T-Roy. Y estás viendo el derrame con Geuceshotit. Let's get it.
So what inspired y'all to do music as a collective?
Honestly, in my opinion, we're all a collective of different people. Like, when it's Petro Gang, like it's not like a gang or like a label or anything like that. It's a collective of groups, artists, who fucking all are trying to be a different voice in San Antonio. Like, our group is very different, and what inspired me to like start the group in general, like I was alone, and it's not that it's hard to do things on your own, but it's like when you meet somebody and you're like, damn, like I'm not trying to be that nigga in San Antonio hating on everybody. I'm like trying to be that nigga in San Antonio who's like, hey, I want to work with you, like let's be a collective, let's join my group, or not my group, like join the movement, and that's all it is. So I mean, like her sound, his beats, even when he does music, like that shit inspires me in general. They're like very different, and no one in the group's just trying to be like anybody else.
So what inspired you to produce?
I started when I was like 14, 15.
You were already living here?
No, I was in Puerto Rico. I was back home. I was just starting high school, and I had a friend. They used to do this perreo mixes. That is done in FL Studio.
Yeah.
And then he showed me around FL Studio. It was called Fruity Loops by then. It was the 9.
Yeah.
And that's when I started. And I didn't know what a snare was or anything. I was just from scratch. I just knew that I liked music and I liked, the creativity that was beyond just the normal listener. I always wanted to know, how they create certain stuff, all that melody.
Yeah.
So I started, and I started with YouTube practicing. Then I met people along the way, and then I started to do EDM. And that's when I focused myself on creating melodies, and that's when I got good at it. Then I kept practicing, and then I would say 2-3 years ago, I started to get into the B side.
Yeah.
Because my first thing, I was trying to be a DJ, and then it was hard to be in the scene in Puerto Rico because it's so little. And then I had a lot of friends that had they were doing being rappers and shit. And then I started to make beats. And then I had my friend John, that he's one of my best homies, and he heard one of my beats for the first time, and he was like, hey, this is good. Yeah. I mean, I can hop in this, and I have, you know what I mean? And then I have another homie called Jay Wheeler. Yeah. And he hopped in that hole too. Good ass verse. And my first beat, it was my first record, and that shit hit 12K on SoundCloud. It was the song of the summer in my hometown. Yeah. So I was like, well, I guess I can go on this side. And then later on, I met Justin on Facebook, and we just started to chat. Hey, I like your videos, I like your sound. I have beats. Let me send you some. Yeah. It was hey, for sure. And then after that, we just been kicking it together. After that, I be getting better on the beats. Then I moved here 2 years ago. After that, I met him around October, September. And then after that, we just been kicking it. And I've been getting better because, I've been hanging around people like them that are not on the same style. And they force me to do things differently. Yeah. And I like to do things differently because I started to do EDM. So I already had a different sound coming from that side or from that genre. I blended with this rap and urban style. Yeah. Like how trap started. It was just EDM trap, then they just mix it and put it like Gucci Mane did it and all that. Yeah. So, yeah, that's how we be kicking it.
So how'd you get linked up with them?
Yikes, I don't want to get emotional with y'all, but I'm going to be honest. I was in a real toxic relationship. Yeah. And it was spiraling out of control. And it was the night of New Year's.
Mm-hmm.
New Year's Eve, it was that night. Found out the girl that I was talking to was cheating on me, all that stuff, blah, 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 blah. And I was just like, I was going through a lot of other things too, so it got to the point where I was like, I don't want to live no more. And so I tried to like commit suicide, and I woke up the next morning, and it was weird because I was like, bro, like online it say you're not supposed to wake up from this shit, but yeah. I did, and thank God the higher power. Yeah. But then I went to work like nothing happened. Hit up my girl Trap just to see how she's doing, and she was like, I'm gonna scoop you after work, and I'm like, all right, cool. So with her, we've been knowing each other since pre-K, mm-hmm. and so I don't question nothing, like we do. And so she took me, got me something to eat, and then brought me to this random house, and loud music is playing, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Yeah. And so I'm sitting there and I'm eating. I'm hearing some like rapidy rap music going on. I remember when you were eating. I was eating Bill Millers.
Bill Millers.
Chill out on Bill Millers.
Weak ass Bill Millers.
So I'm eating, and out of nowhere, Preach come out, and he's like, "Yo, my name's Jay Preach. You can call me Justin." Da 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 da. And I'm like, "All right, cool." So they telling me all the little friend memories that Trap and Preach share together, and I'm like, "This dude cool." And then after a while, I come in the studio, and Sean just start playing beats, and I'm like, whoa, this dude kind of nice. Yeah. And then afterwards, like, we played, 10 beats, and, like, we was freestyling on each and every one of them. And in my head, I'm just like, bro, this is crazy. Like, I'm not supposed to be alive right now. You know what I mean? But the first place I go to right after all of this is the studio. And I gave up on music like a while back. And so like we freestyling, and after a while, Preacher's just like, let's make a song. And I'm like, I don't know. Like I kind of stopped rapping and all that stuff. Yeah. And in my head, I was like, this is just an opportunity, just see where it goes. Mm-hmm. So start making music, and we ain't even dropped the song yet.
Calling,
and it's
right?
Calling.
We started with Calling.
Yeah. And
Sean doesn't even have the one with my verse on it.
It's nice. Like, once y'all hear it, it's pretty nice.
Find that one.
And ever since, like, that song finished, I was like, these are the people I should be, like, fucking with. Because I was dealing with a lot of people around me that I couldn't trust. Mm-hmm. And I just felt like I could trust these people. It was, like, genuine vibes. And so, ever since then, Preach will always make sure, like, when I was in school, like, is my grades up, and am I going to class, you know, how are you in the relationship, and this, that, and the third. And ever since then, he just showed me that he cared, and so did Sean. When Preach got locked up, he was there for me just as much as Preach was.
Shit, I was actually on my way to go pick her up when I got arrested.
And he got arrested on his way to get me. But while Preach was gone, Sean was there, T. Rose was there just to make sure, like, he's here. You know what I mean? And we got closer, and then Preach got out, and then it's just...
It's crazy how long it's been.
It really does.
That fast. That was like January and shit.
Yeah.
February when we met. Yeah.
If you don't mind talking about it, what'd you get locked up for?
Man, I just couldn't act right on probation. So back in February of 2015, like I got arrested, basically a possession charge. Yeah. And then June of 2015, I had weed in my car and I went to my doctor's appointment. But here's the problem: is like my doctor's on base. Okay. So I didn't even think about I got weed in my car, like.
And I'm about to go on base.
Yeah, like I just went on base, and the MP goes like wait, like he let me on, and then he like stops. I'm like started rolling away. He's like, wait, I smell something. What's that smell? Pull over. And my ass could have just kept on rolling, but me being like the kind-hearted person I am, I was like, oh, let me not make this man's job difficult or whatever. Like. Yeah. And so I pulled over, and I violated probation last year in July. It was either June or July, and I got arrested. And it was a federal charge, and I was locked up till September, and then came out in October, and I violated again in March. And I just got out in May, the day before my birthday. And ever since then, I've just been working on music, keeping my head straight.
Feel like you learned by now after getting locked up so many damn times?
Yeah, definitely. Federal jail is not where it's at. I hear county's even worse. So. But like, I mean, honestly, it wasn't as bad as people think it was because the nigga had tablets and shit, like FaceTiming and fucking texting and I could call. I just, I mean, all you gotta do is pay for the shits. The commissary wasn't that bad either, man.
Yeah.
Don't go to jail though. Don't let
No,
don't
Don't go to jail.
So what are y'all's plans for the near future? Petro Gang.
Oh man.
ASP coming soon.
Yeah, we're supposed to release that yesterday, but we're waiting on somebody over here.
Yeah, if y'all watching this, it should be out. So just look up ASP by Jah. That's JAH.
Yeah, definitely.
Was it gonna be streaming on all music platforms?
All music platforms.
Yes, sir.
Make sure everybody can listen to it no matter what. Even if you broke, it's gonna be on SoundCloud too.
For sure, hell yeah.
So peep it anywhere you want. And I also got hopefully a music video coming soon.
Hell yeah.
Multiple music videos coming soon. So
We also got our Petro Gang EP, our first actual group collaboration. It's gonna be about 6 songs that unreleased, unheard. Nobody's heard nothing from them. It's got Tonsil from, well, Tonsil's not a part of anything anymore, but it's got Tonsil, Levi Can't Sing from Petro Gang. It's got Deja. It's got me. It's got Stacey Holiday,
and Lavonte
LCC Collins. It's got Mooch.
Oh, Mooch.
And
Sure.
It's got my boy T Rose here. And it's gonna be like six songs. It's gonna be an EP. It's gonna be out probably the end of August. It's gonna have some music videos with it.
Who y'all plan on getting those videos shot by?
you already know
man.
now.
We finna go to this. I don't know if you heard of him, but you know, Geuceshotit, man. He finna.
Pretty nice.
That's what I heard.
So yeah, so we got that on the way. I just released the first part of a 3-part movie that I'm shooting with this guy named Reed. He's just getting into recording, but he was like really excited to do a 3-part movie with me. So I was like, sure, let's do it.
What can they see that at?
Huh?
What can they see that at? You said you released the first part.
Yeah, the first part. It's on YouTube. If you look up Justin Preach, you know, subscribe, like it. What's it called? It's called Petro Season, the track. So, new track, new video.
So what's it about? Can you take them through it?
So what he wants to do is, it's not a, I'm not gonna say it's a gangster film, but he's kind of just trying to make it like a urban street film or something. In the first video, it's mostly me in downtown Austin on July 4th, and we were just chilling, walking. Went to one of them hotels downtown, had lunch there and shit. It was a dope day, but like throughout the video, it's like this guy. I guess he like robs us for one of our chains.
Robbed this one right here.
He robbed his watch or whatever, and he's kind of like just taunting it, and so it's like a shootout that was about to happen or something. And so, and then that's where it ended. It was just something small that he wanted to throw in there. Dude's a real cool guy. He's just like trying to have fun and experiment with things, and I got no problem helping other people out and helping myself out too. So it's fun. And he also shot my other video, Hippie Shades, which actually came out really nice. Like really fucking dope.
So not only do you do music, you're an actor too.
Yeah, just a little bit. I actually really do modeling too, but not in state. I'm going out of state in October to do a fashion show in front of 20 modeling agencies. So hopefully I can get a little contract with one of them.
Where at?
Downtown LA, Hollywood area. Yeah, there's the hotel's already picked out and everything, and it's a really nice ass hotel, and it's gonna be like an all white affair. West Coast Chanel is gonna be there, not like that's a big name or anything.
This is getting off topic, but it's a deeper question. What is your idea of success? What is success to you?
For me, it's like not rich and famous. Like for me, it's being able to take care of my daughter when she comes, and being able to do what I love and make enough to live by any means. Like be good. That's my idea of success in music, at least. Yeah.
Yo, buy my mama a house. Cool. Nah, low key. I just want a better life for my family. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, few people know my actual story, where I come from, and the people that knows that I came from gutter.
Yeah.
So it's like I know what it is to not have anything. Like, my things, I work for my things, and that's why I believe like you gotta work on your stuff. Do the most, like try to learn as much as you can, and not depend on people.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you need to let people help you out. Don't underestimate that. Like, people knows, or people feel when you, or you feel when you can help you can have somebody to help you out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But most of the time, so I'm trying to be on my own thing, and like my success is like become somebody that when they say my name, they'll be like, yeah, he did this, and that. He came from this, and this. And I want to be like motivate people, because I know people are like, they think that because they are on nothing,
Yeah.
they cannot become somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't believe that. I believe that like, if I like I said, like I've been on the gutter, like I've been, but I never thought about suicide. I didn't think about let me go rob somebody, because that person worked for his stuff, and if he worked for it and he earned it, why can't I do the same thing? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I learned to hustle my own thing. And my success is just like buy my mama house and have my family good, and I want to have a better life, you know what I mean? And I want to show people that you can do it.
I agree with the both of them, even though I don't have a child on the way. But when
Me
I
either.
have when I have children on the way, I want to make sure
Shout
they
out to
set.
Janae Chanel. She finna be set for life.
Hey, that's gonna be my little baby.
But honestly, and I'm just gonna say it, and it's gonna shake the table for a lot of y'all motherfuckers. But I will be the greatest entertainer of our generation. That's just what's gonna happen. I'm calling it into existence. I do a lot of acting, done some directing. Been making music since I was like 12. So that's always been my dream, to be in the spotlight, but not for me. I know like where I come from and the things that I've been through. A lot of kids will go through it or has gone through it and don't want to talk about it. So I want to make sure there's a platform for every situation they're going through in music and, movies and TV shows and everything, in clothing lines. Like, there's a lot of things that I want to make sure they can rely on so they don't feel alone, Where ASP comes from, it stands for And Summer Playlist. And that is kind of like a playlist for my album that's going to be coming out. Can't really give y'all a date, but the album is called but it stands for Alone, Never Neglecting Emotions. And I know that there's a lot of people that have sat down and they try to fight emotions, but I want to make sure people understand that you don't have to fight them. Like, you can be whatever you feel and still be powerful and still be who you want to be with going through everything that you're going through. You don't have to put on a front that, all these artists or all these people on Twitter makes you feel like you have to be. Just be yourself. So I just want to make sure me as an entertainer, all rounded, they can look at me and be like, Ja went through it, Ja said this. So that's what I want to do.
Is there anything closing out y'all want to say?
What you looking at me for? Shit.
Just look us up.
Yeah.
We're about just some news. We're about to have our own Petro Gang website, petrogang.com. That's coming soon. We're gonna have all of our information, like a little biography of ourselves, so y'all can know us each other a little bit.
We're also gonna have a website specifically for T Rose, so
Yeah,
y'all can start purchasing his beats.
And also
$100 beats, exclusive beats.
And schedule some studio time.
Yeah.
He's one of the best in San Antonio. And also, I go by Tell Him I'm Twisted on the internet, but I go by Ja. Please, stop calling me Tell Him I'm Twisted. That's so old. That's so
Sean,
old.
stop calling it Tell Him I'm Twisted.
Please, I'm not telling him I'm twisted no more. I'm grown up now. I'm grown up.
Once again, like, this is Petro Gang. I go by J Preach. You can find me on Twitter at Young Petroleum. You can find me on Facebook as J Preach, Jay. And you can find me on Instagram at j.preach.
T Rose Music on Instagram. Make sure instead of the U, use the V. And T Rose Music on Twitter.
Tell him I'm Twisted on everything. That's TELLEMIM Twisted. but my name is Ja. I promise you, I'm not gonna look at y'all if y'all call me something. I'm twisted no more.
That's gonna be her stage name. Why she ain't gonna make it?
It's Ja,
It's
bro.
attached to her now.
It's Ja. See it on the hat. You gonna see it on everything. But yeah, thanks for watching the spill.
You're watching the spill with Geuceshotit.
You already know.
Know. With Geuceshotit. You're watching the spill with Geuceshotit.
You were saying?
Damn, Siri trying to get in on this conversation.
I get around, and you wanna pull up, then I'ma shut it down.